Hi everyone. We are all in the middle of lockdown phase, and it's very important to keep our physical and mental health strong during this time. So we are all stressed out during this phase, and it's okay to feel stressed out, but we need to develop some strategies to keep us going. And when it comes to children, so it's a first important thing is, as an adult we have to set a model for the children. So if we are able to manage ourselves better, and that itself gives a good message to the children, that so that is important. So being model for children itself is the first message for children. So now what to do for children? See, children, so there are two aspects of the thing. Like, some people say that children feel more stressed during this time, but on the other side, they may not feel so stressed also. Why is interestingly, because they are not going to school, and they need not face all the anxieties related to school, and they need not face anxiety related to separation from parents. So in that way, some people say that children not that stressed during this time, or not stressed during this time, because they are in the home, they are in the safe environment. So but still, they need so what is important is, they are getting information related to corona from multiple sources. So there might be some anxiety in them. So it's always better to give information at their level, at their developmental level. So we can always say that about virus, like, oh, yes, viruses happen throughout the year. So what is difference between this virus is, we don't want multiple people to get infected at the same time, so that our doctors are not too busy in the hospital. And so that's why it's better to stay safe in the home. So this way we can communicate about the virus. Children are smart, and they can understand if we communicate in their basic information. So we need not give too much information related to corona. So but some giving some factual information definitely will help them. And we can also say that, like, it's a virus, and it's like, maybe health workers are like an Iron Man or Superman. They are trying to fight with this virus, and eventually they will win. So this is how we can give them an example and feel that, yes, when there is a problem, there are a lot of people to help. So this way we can communicate to them. And what is important thing is, I'm seeing that, see, one of the major reasons why children get irritable or restless during this time is, like, when we start focusing too much on academics. See, I think when during this lockdown phase, when as an adult, when we are taking a break, and when we are not able to focus much on our skills, or much on studies and all. So maybe if we ask our children to focus too much on academics and too much on studies, so naturally it will cause irritation, or irritation among them. So what is best thing is, like, yes, they should read, they should do some task, academic task, but at the same time, this is the time we can teach them non-academic skills. So that's what very very important. So non-academic skills may be hands-on training in a sense, like, or maybe doing some work in the home, or some small, they can learn self-help skills. So that's a very very important thing. Self-help skills, taking care of themselves. And so normally we don't teach these things, because children learn. So maybe this is the time we can teach them about self-care skills, and some hands-on, so doing some stuffs in the home, so engaging them in small household activities. So this way, so it helps them. And they also need some structure. Like adult, we need structure, children need more structure, because they have a routine. They had a routine, like they were going to school, there was a fixed time. So now throughout the day they are in the home, so their routine is complete. completely disturbed. So they need some structure. We can give them a structure, small. We can make some small schedules for them, like this is getting up time, this is a maybe self-care time, this is the breakfast time, this is a small homework time, this is fun activities time, this is maybe a TV time or a mobile time, and this is maybe dinner time. So we can give a small schedule for them, and we can put a rewards for that if they follow that schedule. Oh, good, very good, fantastic. So maybe we can keep some small rewards for them or appreciation for them, so that way they feel motivated to follow those schedules. So it's important to give them a schedule, and we can always involve them in some interesting drawings. Their anxieties can be asked by, like, just they can be asked to do drawing or painting or making a craft or making something. So that way we can keep them busy. And but if some child is asking what if questions, like means like what will happen, so that means it's an anxiety. So there is some anxiety, so we need to address those anxieties related to corona by giving them evidence that we are in the home and we are washing our hands, we are using the mask, our doctors are fighting with the virus. So giving them some evidence that we are taking our precautions. So that itself is sufficient to address their anxieties, rather than just saying that, oh, nothing will happen, don't worry. So that doesn't help. So in fact we have to provide them some evidence that yes, we are staying in the home, we are doing washing our hands. That's how we have to communicate to them. And when it comes to children with neurodevelopmental disorders, slightly some changes required, in a sense, like I saw a child with an autism. So he was an high functioning autism, so but he got very terrified with the basic, that picture of corona with the short knobs, like that picture was very scary for him. So that's why the first important thing is we have to limit the exposure to these news and the virus related information, because we don't know how they perceive it and how they take it. So that's why it is important to limit their exposure. And second important thing is children with autism need more schedule. So more, because any change in schedule causes their anxiety and they get aggressive and restless. So it's important to keep them give them a schedule, although it's not possible. So it's all flexibility is one rule which comes into the picture during this phase. Flexibility means keep a flexible schedule, which is best possible. So during their school time, so maybe like we can give some activities to keep them busy. So but do not focus on academics, don't focus on academics for children with autism also. So if you start focusing more on academical activities, they get aggressive, they get agitated. So do not focus too much on academics. So that's a very very important for at least for children with developmental disorder during this phase. So they can learn many at least self-help skills is important for them to learn. They can learn basic self-help skills, breathing, like brushing, bathing, eating, taking bath, toileting, taking so washing hands. So combing, advanced self-care skills like combing hairs, tying shoes. So these self-help skills we are all in the home now, we have enough time, and so we can help them to practice these skills. So that's how that way we can help them. And so one more important thing with children with autism is like they have specific interest, and we can use this specific interest to give them information related to corona. Like some people is fascinated with Iron Man, and we can always say that like the doctors are like Iron Man and they are trying to fight with this virus, and they are eventually things will improve. So like that we can give an hope for children with autism, so that they will understand. So what is important is to keep their sleep proper, because do not give them a big afternoon nap. So because if they sleep in the afternoon for a very long time, they will have a night sleep disturbance. So it's important to limit the afternoon nap for a short time. So that is important. And very important is they should not miss any medication if at all they are taking. For example, some children might have epilepsy, comorbid epilepsy, so they should not miss any medication. So it is better to keep stock of all medications during this time. They won't miss medications. So that's a important thing. So, and one more important for children with autism is like, maybe now there is no therapy. So like means speech, OT, behavioral therapy, everything is stopped. So parents are all therapists, they are teachers, parents are everything now. So only thing is maybe they can check for some online resources, online videos. Maybe just simple YouTube videos sufficient enough to, like, the basic thing we can check: how to improve eye contact, how to improve responding to name call, how to improve pointing. So there are a lot of good trusted sources like ABA techniques, Sunrise techniques. There are some good organizations like Davis Institute, Denver models. So maybe can check with a professional about what are the good sources, they can check with the therapist, like what are the good sources to get some online help. And also they can discuss with their own therapist, maybe occupation or speech therapist, what are the things they can practice in the home during this time. So that way I think we will be able to help our children get through this stage. So overall, some more important message is like, we as an adult, like, should be a model for them. Like if we are able to manage our anxiety, and definitely our children will be they will be able to handle it better. Okay, thank you.